Good evening. What an evening, to say the least. You're listening to Good Talks live on YouTube. This is Gil.
I'm Lou.
And we've had an interesting week this past week. For some who are in the New York City area, you had the week off, which was great. That was a good thing because it I guess we kind of needed that. We needed the break. But then again, you have those who say that educators are lazy or whatever. You know what? So be it. Got a week off. It's good for me. That's all that matters. That's pretty much it. But yes, so we have some interesting stories.
Oh, goodness gracious.
One that we just added today because I actually forgot about it. Was it this past week, or was it like last week?
I don't know. I think it was within the last couple weeks, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I believe so.
Either way, hopefully everyone out there is you're doing well. You're chill. Things are good. This is a crazy time, of course.
Yeah, you've dug out the 3 feet of snow we've had so far.
Right. That was nothing, right? That was nothing, actually. Didn't we have
that was something.
Wasn't the worst one back like a few years ago?
They said the last one that was really bad was like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I'm sorry. Actually, almost 5 years ago.
Sheesh.
It was around the time that we got married.
Right. That was a long time ago. What was that, like 27 years ago?
Ha, 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 ha.
I don't know what it was.
You're so funny.
Feels like a lifetime.
Ha, ha, ha.
Pray for me. Either way, today, I guess we can start with Miss Gorilla Glue, right?
I was gonna say that's probably the most interesting story.
It is the most. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll state my claim, make my give my opinion after you guys check out the video. Here you go.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with the little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Y'all, look. My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times. And it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this. Unless you want your hair to be like that.
I don't know.
I know. It's hard to watch.
It's
funny. Okay, so let me start this one.
Okay, start it off.
Because you're going to be like majority of the show. So I think the first time I saw this, I think it was on Facebook. And I was like, no way. Like, this can't be real. But it is. And okay, so I'm going to start off with what I thought initially when I saw this video. And then I'm going to go into what I just saw, which is an interview with her. So when I first saw this video, I first thought, I'm sorry, who the heck does that? And why would you ever put glue on your hair? I thought it was just, in a way, I almost thought it was a stunt because I didn't think that somebody would really do something like that. So I initially thought it was a stunt. So now I fast forward to the interview I just watched. She was on The Real, which is a daytime TV show. And it was actually it's like a 3-parter. Like they sectioned it into 3 parts on YouTube. And now I feel bad for thinking what I thought, because I actually kind of laughed about it initially, because I kind of thought it was a stunt. There's so much stupid shit on social media now that it's hard to decipher what's real, what's not real, or what's just people being foolish just to gain popularity. So in her explanation of it, she didn't think that would happen. Number one, she thought that she could just wash it out. She kind of did it in a rush because she was leaving the house, and she didn't think that it would turn into like a freaking, like you said, a helmet. And then she went through for about a week of trying to get it out, like washing her hair every 2 days, trying all kind of concoctions on her hair that, family members or whatever were trying to help her with. Mind you, she said she took like 2 days to tell her mom because she was scared of her, like reprimanding her for this. How, like, kind of like how stupid. Yeah. So after about a week is when she then did this video on TikTok, because she said, I wasn't trying to like get a lot of views or whatever. I was literally looking for someone's suggestion on how the heck to get this stuff out of my hair, because at this point she had exhausted everything she could think of and anybody else could think of, and to the point where it was actually physically hurting her. So she said that, during that week, it felt like her hair was getting tighter. Like the ponytail she had was getting tighter. So like it was, I don't know, bonding to her head or something. So she then received a call from a doctor, an actual like plastic surgeon from Beverly Hills, who offered to do the surgery for free to basically get the glue out of her hair. And I just thought, like, number one, damn, it took a surgery, but it wasn't really a surgery. Really, it was, he's actually, he has a chemistry background, the doctor. And he went through how to figure out what to deactivate the glue with, and then make it safe enough for her to take it, because obviously it can be painful and burn. And he was able to successfully take it out in about 2.5 hours. So and again, at no cost. So I thought that was pretty damn remarkable.
Is this where I come in?
Yes, now you can come in with your cynicism.
Oh my gosh, man. I don't know how long ago it was when I knew not to get Gorilla Glue or Crazy Glue or any of those types of glues on my skin, period. Now it states on the what do you call it, the label
Package. Yeah.
Yes, it states on the label what not to,
basically to keep it away from your skin and stuff, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And it says skin as one of them. Now,
it doesn't specifically say hair.
It doesn't say hair, but like, hello, your scalp, your skin, not for nothing, but if you don't really have that much hair, there's a fucking high percentage that you're gonna get that damn thing on your scalp.
Mm-hmm.
So while I do feel bad for her, there's a part of me that's just like, dude, seriously, you're gonna use Gorilla Glue on your hair? Like, is it that much? I mean, is it worth it to I guess flatten it, have it flattened?
Well, it's funny. So she said, number one. So let's again, this is an interview with her directly. It's not like it's a hearsay thing. So numero uno, she said that there is a rumor out there that she's suing Gorilla Glue. She said that's absolutely false.
Well, that's what
she never blamed them. She blamed herself. She said it was her stupid mistake. It had nothing to do with them. So she never even contacted them for help, to be honest. She did various things, but she never directly contacted them. So that's number one. Number two, I guess before the doctor got in contact with her, before this surgeon got in contact with her, she set up a GoFundMe page because she thought she'd have to pay for a surgery. It raised about $20,000, and she's actually donating it to the foundation that same doctor works for. So he was explaining how they do free surgeries to underdeveloped countries, people that need it in dire need, but they can't afford it. So she's basically paying it forward. So she received something completely free, like he didn't charge her anything. And then she's paying it forward by the money that was generated from GoFundMe to give it to them.
Some of it, right? Some portion to
she said the majority of it. So, I mean, I think she probably had to come out of pocket to fly over because I don't know where she's from, but she's not from California.
Right.
So she had to fly to California to get the surgery done.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard. It's easier to root for her now because
now after hearing it.
Yeah, because, she's like, she's going to donate a majority of her, whatever she raised, to a charity. She's going to pay it forward, I guess, to other people who have issues who can't pay for surgeries or whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's hard to, kind of crap on her. But man,
I know. I told you, I kind of thought the same thing. This is why I said there's a before when I first saw that video as opposed to now after hearing her talk about it. And the fact that she's not as young as she looks in that video because she kind of looks like a teenager.
She's old enough to know. She's old enough to understand.
Well, she has a kid.
Yeah.
So I think she has a daughter.
She's old enough to understand. She should have been old enough. I mean, come on. We had crazy glue before Gorilla Glue. I know. I'm guessing.
And I've never used Gorilla Glue for anything. I've always been a crazy glue kind of girl.
Crazy glue, indeed.
Crazy with a K.
You are Latin, so you're a Latin woman. So there goes that one. But I remember how I think we spoke about this earlier. For me, I got some glue on my finger and I started freaking out. I'm thinking they're gonna chop my finger off because I can't get the, the skin. I started going crazy, and then realizing, okay, I could use nail polish.
Yep.
To remove it off of my,
nail polish
skin.
remover.
Yeah, that's what I meant. There you go.
You just painted your nails red.
Yeah, I did. Right, a hot pink. But either way, that's what I did. I just couldn't believe it. And when she was tapping her head, I swear, it was like, she was hitting a helmet.
Yeah.
That's how hard it was. It was like ridiculous. Like, dude, are you serious? It's unfortunate because her daughter, like we saw in the show, the interview, came back home crying, because kids made fun of her. I guess they
kids are cruel.
They are cruel. They saw the video on, on
TikTok.
And
then it got circulated through TikTok to Facebook and Instagram, and it was all over the place.
It just went everywhere. And that's the story. I mean, hopefully, let this be a lesson to anyone. Which again, that was the positive thing for her too, is to get that message out. Like, don't put it on, your hair.
Think before you spray.
Whatever. I didn't even know that they made
I didn't know they made a spray either.
But then there was another issue with a person who did the same exact thing, and I'm like, I saw all the posts, the social media, posts about it, saying this person is looking for another payday or something like that, and it's just like, dude, seriously. So now hopefully this is not like the new thing.
I didn't know there was a second person.
Yeah, the person has like pink or purple or whatever it was, hair or something like that. I didn't want to, put more out there because there's no reason to. But yeah, it is. It's crazy. It is a cruel world, especially when you're on these social apps, Instagram, TikTok.
Well, there could be sometimes there's a positive thing that comes from it, and then unfortunately, and most of the time, it turns out to be negative. People can be cruel.
Speaking of being cruel.
Oh man.
This is moving over to Instagram now.
Good transition.
I know, right? I was waiting for this one. Yeah, Instagram gave us like a what was it?
No, let's clarify.
They didn't block us, but
so it is our account because it's me and you under Good Talks.
You and I.
However, I am not the culprit. That is up to you. That was all you.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they gave us okay, you can say me, I guess, if you want to.
Yep.
They gave me they flagged me, man. They flagged Good Talks because of a comment that I made in response to someone who said something about us leftists, right, being pathetic and desperate. So then
how you get flagged if they called you?
Again, I don't know. So what I did was, and I circled it, right? I responded to the comment that the person left us, and I said, so when you jump on a negative leftist story, are you pathetic and desperate? Don't you just hate when your part does something? And I don't remember if I wrote anything else, but it wasn't anything where I was bullying or harassing someone.
And yet you got flagged.
And here I am. We got flagged.
No, you got flagged under our account.
we got flagged because you're a part of it.
No, I'm the silent partner on that one.
So I'm just like, I'm here. Like, what the hell? How am I going to get flagged for bullying and harassment on a right-wing media, profile, which was, I was on Fox News.
Yeah, I was going to say, might as well.
I was on Fox News. So what I normally do is, again, see, how can I put this? What I usually do is I go on all of the other side stuff. Because, again, of course, I watch CNN, right? Of course I do.
Yep.
Of course I watch MSNBC. Of course I do.
I don't know. I don't watch that as much.
No, it's more like 75% CNN, and then the rest, when it comes to the left side, is MSNBC. Mm-hmm. And then I would watch, other places, other.
Well, you like YouTube, like
networks.
What was it Brian Tyler?
Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yeah.
The Young Turks. I watch them as well. But I always like to catch what the other side is dishing out. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's unfair for me to just stick on one side when I'm, trying to make important decisions for my life, for my family's life, for our country. So for me, I like to listen to both sides. I don't like just the one side. So I go on Fox News on Instagram. I go on OAN on Instagram. I go on Newsmax on Instagram. And I must tell you off the back, Fox News is a cupcake compared to OAN and Newsmax. The supporters, the people that are on there, are much more rude than those on Fox News.
Really?
Yes.
They're more hardcore?
Oh yeah. Yes, they are. Yeah, and the thing is, what I've noticed was that, well, first of all, out of all the times that I've been posting on, comments, on Fox News's Instagram profile, I've probably only come across 2 people who are real assholes, like real assholes. The rest of them were, somewhat, regular. It's not like, I've never come across a bunch of, idiots before in my life. They were fine for the most part. So what I would do is I would literally post questions to these people when they make certain comments. There's a lot of foolish comments, by the way. So I would just ask questions. Majority would answer, nicely. And then you have those who would not answer nicely and, say some rude stuff, or they wouldn't even answer the question at all.
Yeah, they'll just spit out whatever they feel like saying,
right,
but they wouldn't actually answer you.
Exactly. So for me, again, I'm not Trump over country. I'm not Republican over country. I'm not Democrat over country. I am country over whatever. Doesn't matter. The country is the most important thing. And I think most people forget about that. Most people don't realize that it is, it's hurting us for the most part. So yeah, so when I go on the, Fox News, I'll say whatever it is. But I've never, ever have I bullied or harassed someone to get this damn whatever this is.
Oh, man.
This is horrible. Full of crap.
You have been dismissed.
It's like I have to walk on eggshells now because, people will get butt hurt. And mind you, I never even said anything like that drastic. I've been called names on this.
Yeah, and it's funny because we don't understand where this originated from. Like, was it, Instagram police who decided to just flag this comment, or was it somebody that ratted on you?
Yeah, I don't know.
And said that you were being a bully, even though, like I said, it doesn't seem like you were that bullyish.
Yeah.
But,
I don't get it. And
it's kind of weird.
Again, I don't mind, being removed because I said or did something really, really bad. I get it. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't take place. Because the reality is, you do that in the streets. If you talk to someone and you're by yourself and they're by themselves, and again, there's a good chance that people are going to be fighting in person. Mm-hmm. But on the internet, it's a different story.
Well, yeah, it's keyboard courage.
So and what I found was a lot of the people that are posting on Fox News, no pictures, right? No pictures posted. Maybe a few people that they're following or following them. So right then and there, that tells me that you are a troll. You're basically on there just to stir up trouble. Mm-hmm. And from what I've seen, a lot of Fox News's posts are, things to rile up people. And they start to be, they begin to really, they believe it. So that's where I'm at. I couldn't believe that this happened. I couldn't believe it at all. But it's like, you know what? Oh, well. Who cares?
And that was just like what, yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah, that was yesterday. It took me like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for me to get
to finally get flagged.
To get flagged for harassment of responding to someone else's post. So it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna move on. Now this is a doozy, man. So this is a doozy.
I feel like we're building up.
I feel bad for Texas. I really do. I feel bad for Texas. Again, just for people in general, for the people. It doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. If you're a good person, you're a good person. I feel bad for you if you're having to deal with all the crap that's going on, because of the storm.
Yeah.
And the lack thereof of the Texas. I guess the state's department who handles all that. Yeah, it sucks. So, but anyway, so here you have Mr. Ted Cruz, who gets caught going to Cancun. He's basically he's jumping ship. He's jumping ship and he's going to Cancun. Meanwhile, the power went out literally like a day before.
Okay, right? Yeah. So he said, I think that. He didn't have power, but he had, I guess, a fireplace and everything.
We got to go to a video.
Okay.
You got to check it out yourself.
Well, Texas is going through horrific storms, and millions of Texans have lost power, have lost heat, and have been hurt. And our family was among them. We had no heat and no power, and yesterday, my daughters asked if they could take a trip with some friends, and Heidi and I agreed, so I flew down with them last night, dropped them off here, and now I'm headed back to Texas and back to continuing to work to try to get the power on. What's happening in Texas is unacceptable, and a lot of Texans are hurting.
A lot of Texans are hurting. Interesting.
And a lot of them are pissed off.
Mind you, this is when he came back. This is when he got back from Cancun, like the next day or whatever. He wasn't planning on leaving right away. He was planning on staying until the weekend. That's when he was supposed to come back.
Yeah, I think he was going like midweek to like the weekend. So let's say 3 to 4 days.
That's one of the things that I found funny because you had a lot of, again, this is on Fox News when they would post stories or whatever. You had people who were saying, "Oh, why is it a big deal for Ted, for Ted Cruz to go on vacation? He should be able to do that." Blah blah blah. I think it. Of course, if you are a diehard Republican, you're going to say that. If you are a diehard Democrat, you are going to rip him to shreds. To shreds. For those who are in between, it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, you're really gonna go to Cancun the day after you lose power, right? It's like, hey, Dad, we want to go. Let's get away. We don't want to deal with this. We don't want to deal with this winter storm. This, the power outage. Can you just buy us a ticket to Cancun, Mexico, so we can stay at the Ritz-Carlton? Sure, buddy.
And I'll come with you.
No problem. You know what? Let's ask our friends. Let's ask our neighbors if they want to. I thought just now, maybe he asked, or they asked their neighbors. She asked their neighbors. Wife. Who knows?
No, it was actually a group text.
Well, what I'm saying is like maybe he was like, hey, I forgot her name, Heidi. Hey, Heidi. Why don't you ask the neighbors if they can, if they want to go? Yeah, I don't know
whose brainstorm this was.
So that way, because if they saw that he left, of course that they're going to say something. But you know what? They said something anyway.
Yep.
Because it's one of those people who were in the group
Yeah,
chat.
they're the ones that leaked that
Who leaked?
like actual screenshots of the group text.
Oh, man. So, you know what? That goes to show that you don't even have loyal people within your community for you.
Well, because some of them are probably pissed off. Like, what the heck? What are you doing?
Yeah, but
They're playing nice by not saying it directly to their face. But when shit hits the creek, then all of a sudden they come back and say, nope, look at this. And you know what? The reality is, I think he also dug himself into a hole, because when he said, oh, my daughters wanted me to go, like, it was, you set your kids up to be the fall people. It's messed up.
You see Bernie and Snowflake waiting for Ted to come back home?
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh yeah. And on top of it all, I don't know if people know who Snowflake is, but that is Ted Cruz's dog. And they had the audacity.
Aw.
I always say or.
No, it's not or.
I know, whatever. Anyway, they had the cojones to actually leave the poor little dog home in the cold and the dark.
Hey, shout out to Rebecca for listening in on us. She's a new listener who hasn't registered yet, so that's pretty much it.
So make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe below. So yeah, they had the cojones to
leave the poor dog.
He said that I guess security or whatever, somebody was watching over the dog or something.
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea. But yeah,
it's still BS. I'm sorry.
I just thought it was hilarious. It's like, dude, you're a senator, man. You're a senator of the state that you always act like you care for. You're a
always
senator.
Ripping.
And you're over here skipping out on your state, man, to go to a warmer climate. And it's funny because I saw memes or something like that where it's like, this just in, father brings children over the border, to flee from an emergency or something like that or whatever it was. It was hilarious. But yes, I think personally, again, it's just crazy because you're a leader. You're a leader.
Oh, so you know what? It's funny. So I made sure I checked before I spoke. And he's been a senator in office for Texas since 2013. So you're going to tell me that he didn't have a better, inkling that this was a bad idea? To run away and go to Mexico?
Here's the thing. He did know that it was a bad idea, but unfortunately he didn't think that he would be, in the spotlight with all the, telephone paparazzis who, were basically taking snaps of everything that he did everywhere he went and put it out there.
It was funny because there was actually people on his flight that were taking those pictures too. So mind you, they were also going to Cancun.
But you know what? They're regular Joes.
Yep.
They're like we spoke earlier about this. At this particular time, you and I, we can go. We can go to Puerto Rico or wherever, we want to. Most likely Puerto Rico.
Yes. That's my island of choice.
But we could go there. We could stay there for a month.
Oh, I would love it.
Like we could literally go there tomorrow if we really wanted to.
I thought about it.
We're regular Joe. We discussed it. What do you mean you thought about it? We discussed it.
No, I've been thinking about it. But
I mean, we were crunching numbers and everything. Of course we can do it. It's not a problem. But the thing is, we're regular Joes. We can do that. It's not an issue. We're working remotely. It's not it's not a problem. If you're working, you're working.
Oh, right? Sidebar. Puerto Rico is 1 hour ahead of us. So, that means you'd have to wake up an extra hour earlier.
So be it, man.
Just saying. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, we're regular Joes. We're not leaders.
Not senators.
Yeah,
we're not
nothing. We're not governors. We're not, mayors. No. This dude is a senator. You know what I mean? Like he's over here acting like he loves his state and he pushes for his state and all this other crap. And what got to me was, now he didn't necessarily blame his daughters, but he said, his daughters wanted to go. So I guess they're trying to spin it as, he's a father.
Oh, he's a good dad.
He's a father. He's trying to, do the fatherly thing. But you know what? He has a wife. His wife could have taken them.
His wife was there too.
Well, what I'm saying is his wife could have been the only one taking them.
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't need to go. He should have said.
mind you, they're not babies. It's not like she was gonna go with like two little like toddlers. They're like in middle school.
Honey, you go. I'll stay. I got a lot of things to do. The state needs me. Mm-hmm. You take the kids. Let me know if you're okay. You're gonna be at the Ritz-Carlton anyway. So
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be in the forest.
So yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and he got caught out there, and that was pretty much it.
But remember what I told you. If he took a private plane, none of this would have happened.
Unless
nobody would have noticed because they wouldn't have have even spotted him.
Yeah, they wouldn't have seen him. Yeah. So I mean, there goes that one. But take a listen to his excuse.
And so last night I flew down with them to the beach. And then I flew back this afternoon. I had initially planned to stay through the weekend and to work remotely there. But as I was heading down there, I started to have second thoughts almost immediately because the crisis here in Texas, you need to be here on the ground. And as much as you can do by phone and Zoom, it's not the same as being here. And so I returned this afternoon and I'm here working.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you only went back because of all the backlash. That was the issue. Mm-hmm. Because you were plastered all over social media. Oh, man.
And all the tweets. I mean, I saw some of them just like, I mean, listen, it's not a funny matter because people are suffering and a lot of them don't have water. So they've been like taking the snow and boiling it. Either on an outside like grill or inside their homes for the lucky ones that have gas. So it's like not a laughing, just to be able to flush their toilets or wash their dishes. So it's not a laughing matter. Like these people are really like going through it. But for him to nonchalantly leave or flee in the midst of it, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah. I some of this stuff I it's just so funny to me. It really is. It's hilarious to me. It's like I don't get it. And of course, how can you defend that? How can you defend that? And I guess whichever side.
And they are defending him.
Well, yeah, whichever side it is. Like let's just say the Democrats do something, and then of course, you're gonna have Democrats, making an excuse. You have Republicans saying something, and then you'll have the, Republicans making it, doing something rather than and it's just like a back and forth. It's so idiotic, but you just can't. Like again, this is what I'm saying. If you're a country over whatever, then you should be able to say that was dumb, that was foolish, and really pay attention to your politicians, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. Should not matter whatsoever. But based on a person's character, and if they are strong enough, you'd know who to make, what decision to make. And this dude is, it's just hilarious. So of course he goes on Hannity to get some excuse for him to kind of defend him, and especially with that doing a father thing. And then they bring up the whole wind turbine and
they try to blame it on AOC
Ocasio or Cortez and her Green New Deal and everything else. But meanwhile, literally the wind turbines account for like what, 12% of their energy. 12% of their energy, and they're over here trying to attack the Green New Deal and that. Meanwhile, like 40% of it is the coal. I forgot how much. I have a note of it.
You have? I was gonna say, don't you have a?
I do have a note of it. It's like what, 40% natural gas. Coal, 23% wind turbine, or rather, natural gas. 23% wind turbines and 18% coal, 11% nuclear. So it's just like.
Well, but I'm sorry. Side note: 11% nuclear is a little scary to me. I'm just saying.
Well,
I didn't know we relied on nuclear energy for energy, like electricity. I didn't know that we did that.
You didn't hear that from me. Just making that claim. It's all you, Lou.
What do you mean?
That's all you.
Because other people knew we use nuclear energy.
I'm sorry to say.
Oh,
I'm sorry to say, mija.
Me? You sucker.
It's okay. It's all right. But either way, their push was for, they started pushing the whole Green New Deal and all the other stuff. It was just hilarious. I had the video for it, but I actually didn't put it up. But it was just like a lot of the Republican politicians, ripping on AOC and the Green New Deal and everything else. But again, dude, 40% gas, 12% wind turbines.
No, actually, it was 20.
I thought it was 12%.
No, look at your notes again. You said 20-ish. 20, 23, I think.
You're absolutely correct.
Thank you. I'm a numbers girl. You might
coal.
be the English major, but I'm the numbers girl.
Oh man, it just makes no sense, man. It just makes no sense. And this is what you get when you're dealing with politics, man. It's politics, man. It's a political game. It's hurting our country, and this is pretty much what you get. So it's unfortunate. Moving on, I guess one of the people that the person that I like, one of the people you mentioned that I listened to, Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yep.
Right? So he's
entertaining.
He is. For the most part, it seems factual, so I like to go and do my research afterwards. But I like listening to him because he makes sense. Now, if I wanted some fun, some jokey kind of stuff, then I'd listen to this dude. What's his name from Comedy Central?
Oh, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah.
Yeah, he's funny.
I'd listen to him. So Brian Tyler Cohen made valid points, and I had no idea about Beto O'Rourke, who lost to Ted Cruz.
Yep. This last Senate race, he lost.
For that Senate seat.
But then he went on to try to run for the presidency, and then he lost in the primary.
Well, he bowed out.
Oh, I'm sorry. He bowed out.
And then you have AOC, who is, the Republicans, I don't know. Well, I don't know what you want to call
okay,
them.
no offense, but she's like, for them, she's like the Antichrist. Because
I guess.
they like, oh my God, demonize her so much.
And so they're there. Like, not there, but I know Beto is, right?
Beto is from Texas.
Yeah. And,
so, he's there.
And AOC is over here, or rather in D.C., and she's, doing fundraisers.
She's fundraising.
How much did she raise?
$1 million.
$1 million? Was it $1 million or $2 million?
No, so I think it's $1 million. And then she's giving it to charities that have to do with like food distribution.
Right.
And
I'll actually play it. This is Brian Tyler Cohen. You should check him out if you want.
Instead of pretending that a senator can't do anything, why don't you check on your neighbors? Check on people in other neighborhoods, help deliver food or blankets, or do literally anything other than go to the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun. The job of a U.S. senator is not to be a celebrity, it's a public servant. It is someone who wants to serve the people. And there's no time where people need more help than during a crisis like this. Ted Cruz is proving, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he doesn't want to actually do the job. He wants to be a Twitter celebrity and collect a government paycheck. Meanwhile, Beto O'Rourke has been hosting wellness checks for seniors by the hundreds of thousands. And that's the guy who lost. Even in defeat, Beto is more committed to helping the people of the state than the guy who actually won the race. In case you were wondering what kind of a senator Beto O'Rourke would be, he's showing you right now. Even AOC, whom Ted Cruz himself demonizes as a way to prop up his brand, immediately took to Twitter to raise money for his state, tweeting, "We officially raised $1 million for Texas relief at 9:17 p.m. Thank you all so much. I'm at a loss for words, always in awe of movement work. 100% of this relief is going straight to Texan food assistance, homelessness relief, elder care, and more." So if your argument is that Ted Cruz really couldn't do much anyway, maybe take a look at what Cruz's greatest socialist enemy did while Ted was busy booking rooms at the Ritz.
Ooh, that was a rip. I mean, again, Beto O'Rourke, still working for the people, even though he did not win the Senate seat.
Nope.
They didn't vote for him. Well, he didn't get enough votes to win. And then AOC, I have this thing at the tip of my tongue about her. It's like a name. It's like the unwanted child, the demon child.
Yeah, the demon child.
The Damien, Omen, or whatever. And she's over here raising. You just said it. Like
wait. Okay, so within 2 hours, she started this on Thursday afternoon. Within 2 hours, she raised $325,000. By Friday morning, she was up to $2 million. And as of Saturday afternoon, she was at $4 million.
$4 million. $4 million. That's crazy.
Mind you, she has no actual ties to Texas. Like, she's
No.
not from Texas. She don't
a
have
Bronx
family in
girl.
Texas.
She's a Bronx girl. I mean, again.
So this is completely, there's no benefit to herself.
Well. Let's be clear. There could possibly
What, PR?
They could. I mean, exactly. You know, she could possibly be running for something.
Nah.
I mean, obviously not in Texas, but like maybe, New York governor.
Oh, that's just a rumor. I don't know.
Again, you have to start putting, it's baby steps, right? You start planting the seeds. You know how Trump did it for 4 years. You plant the seeds. You make everybody believe in something because you spread that sucker out way in advance. So maybe she's doing it herself. Who knows? I don't know. Could be possible.
We'll circle back to this in another, I don't know. When is the governor's race?
I don't even know.
I think it's, let me see while we continue talking.
I mean, either way, again, she could either be doing it from the goodness of her heart or because there's something else, something else that she's looking to do. But again, it's happening, right? It's happening. My thing is, too, you know how, like I said, when it comes to Ted Cruz, of course, going on the Hannity show, Hannity was mentioning, the wind turbines and the Green New Deal or whatever, and they're just basically just poking fun at it. I don't think many people realize that Ted Cruz, he got a lot of money from oil and gas companies for his campaigning. He had literally the most back in 2018. It was like almost $800,000, just short of $800,000 for his campaign. And it was coming from oil and gas companies. So that he has, he has a stake in this, man. This is why it's important for him to keep, pushing that instead of the different types of energy, because of course he's going to basically lose. He'll lose. And he doesn't want that. Just like a lot of politicians don't want to lose their seat.
Sidebar. So Cuomo is up for re-election, which he's already announced he's seeking in 2022.
Ah, okay.
That was round the corner.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe this whole what do you call that?
And another sidebar.
Side note.
Yeah. There's no term limit on governors. So they can continue running until their heart's content.
Well, then again, maybe she's making a push at some point. You got to start a year early if that's the case. Cuomo said he didn't want to be a vice president or anything like that, so who knows? But he really screwed the pooch on this one.
Yeah.
He really messed this up. And again, he needs to be investigated. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. If you screw up like that, you need to be investigated.
Well, wait. So, to make sure everyone understands what his little controversy is, they're saying that they think that his office underreported the deaths in nursing homes, I guess to kind of hide it. Like during the worst time of COVID, which was like spring last year. So that's what he's wrapped up in a controversy right now.
It is what it is, man. You do something grimy, doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, you need to be investigated and treated just like everybody else, man. Mm-hmm. No one should be above the law. No one should be above the law. Shall I say it again? No one should be above the law. Doesn't matter who you are, especially the president. After what we've gone through these 4 years, come on now. It's unfortunate. But either way, that's what you have. That's what you have. These are the these are the things that we watched, dealt with this past week and a half or so. And it's quite interesting. It's funny.
Besides Valentine's Day and Tax Day.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So I guess without further ado, we had a challenge. We had a challenge not too long ago. Unfortunately, I had a low turnout, which was kind of incredible to me because I felt like I guess this is going to be my rant. This is going to be my rant.
Okay. Everybody buckle up.
Yes, please
buckle
do.
up.
Please do. What pisses me off What bothers me?
Oh.
What bothers me the most? It really boils my. What bothers me the most is the fact that we see all these idiotic, all these stupid freaking challenges.
Oh my God! Now you sound like a New Yorker.
All these stupid freaking challenges, man. What was the last one? The red light one where you're
yeah,
like
I forgot what it's called.
Then it turns to the red, and then you're like dancing seductively, right? Okay, fine. You get that red light challenge or something like that. And I forgot. I don't remember all the other ones, but you get a lot of stupid challenges. Oh, the one that you drop down.
Yeah, most of them are dance
and
ones.
do like booty stuff or whatever. Okay, fine. So here I am, right? I'm looking at all these.
We should have did our own dance challenge.
And oh my gosh, there's no real positive substance in that. And yeah, it's funny. Some of it's funny. Some of it's seductive.
Some of it's literally just dancing.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
yeah. I mean, again, I like the ones that are kind of goofy and they do some funny stuff, and not the ones that are literally trying to gain
the pole.
5,000 followers by wearing. Oh, side note. It's funny now that I think about this.
See, now you're picking up on my terms.
I'm the one that says side note, so that's number one.
Oh, that's a lie.
I am the one that says side note in this relationship because I do it all the time.
That's a lie.
Whenever we have conversations, I always say side note. Should I call Gabby?
No.
Should I call Gabby?
Good. Continue. Because this is a lie.
You better recognize.
Go ahead.
So what I saw was, no, I lost my train of thought. Son of a...
Somebody get old.
No, what I saw a story on video editors who are able to remove the lighting in order,
the red light. In
order to see the people,
person.
Yeah, who are doing it. So imagine if you're that person who is wearing something seductive, possibly even nothing.
Ooh.
And you're doing this dance, this red light challenge or whatever it is. Just so there's somebody out there who sees you in all of your
glory.
Yes. Just saying. But then again, you chose that, so it's on you. So now back to what I was saying.
Oh,
So-
now back from the commercial.
I wanted to do something that was more meaningful. It was a hell of a lot more meaningful. Mm-hmm. It was basically bringing some sort of joy, some sort of
Positivity.
happiness, to someone else, to other people. Had nothing to do with myself. Had nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. It had to do with other people. And my gosh, it was so hard.
Like pulling teeth.
It was so hard. It really was. It really was hard getting people to actually, for the most part, the people that did do the challenge, they were no problem, no issues. Mm-hmm. Some people may have forgotten, who knows? But they were, they were supportive and they did what they did. And then you have those who there was this, I'm not gonna lie, there was this woman who she's doing her thing. She's like a fashionista or whatever she is. And I contacted her because it was through someone that I did a design for, a logo or whatever for. So of course, you start networking, you start putting yourself out there. So I contacted her and said, hey, would you be interested in pushing this out? This is something positive. And she denied me. She said basically I'd have to go out there and go find the people because she, it was hard work for her to get her people, the amount of followers that she has.
Now, mind you weren't asking her to share followers.
Right.
All you were asking for was for her to participate, right?
It was the first time it was to put it on her story. Or not
Okay.
a story, I guess whatever it is that shows
Share
up.
it on your story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, just put the link and then it became, hey, you know what? Why don't you do this then? If you don't want to do that because you're saying you don't want your profile to get all whatever mixed with other things, why don't you support this and be a part of it? Didn't. So you know what? It's all about money. It's all about trying to get notoriety for just yourself. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to act as if we wouldn't get the notoriety. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm literally giving away a HomePod Mini
for free
For
that we
free.
paid for. We
For
didn't
free.
like get it for free.
just for you to tag 5 people and spread positive words. And again, I tried this before, plainly. I tried this before. It didn't work with nothing.
You got one,
Which was, yeah.
which was your daughter.
Yeah. Laugh all you want to, girl.
Oh no, she's our number 1 fan. Hello.
So yeah, I did that and it didn't, nothing worked. So you know what? Listen, in order to spread some positivity out there, we probably got maybe I probably say 10 extra subscribers or whatever who follow us on Instagram. But it was just like, dude, are you serious, man? Like, we're going through hard times. People are going through hard times, and you can't even do this for free. It's a free. It was so annoying. It annoyed me so much. It made me feel bad. Like, this is how our society is. It's crazy, man. It really.
Well, unfortunately, people don't do something for nothing.
It really bothered me. It really bothered me. Enough of my rant now.
Okay, back to the program. I'll rub your ears after.
So I guess right now, so what I did was I used a number generator.
Yeah, I was going to say, explain.
Yeah, so what I did was I used a number generator, and I had the number generator pick the number from a list that I made, and it's all based on, the post itself. The people who are eligible. Unfortunately, there was one person that wasn't eligible because they only posted a like or comment or something like that, but they didn't tag
Anybody.
nothing, 0. So that's an unfortunate part. I can't really babysit and hold hands. It was clear in the directions, so I apologize. But at the same time, everyone else who did it, they were put on a list exactly the way it is in order from top to bottom. It's 1 through 13, I believe. And the number, or rather, the number generator generated the number. And this is pretty much what you got. See, that's me doing it right there.
Oh, you're doing it live on here.
And number 4, which is
Who's number 4?
Yadi. Yadi is the winner. She is the winner of the HomePod Mini. And I actually, I can't put it up right now. But here is the list is 1 through 13. And she is number 4.
Well, hello. Of course she's number 4 because it pulled it.
So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So congratulations.
And you didn't create the list in any particular order.
It was from top to bottom. I counted.
Oh, you mean like from last post to the first post?
Well, from top to bottom, I think it was first, and then going down, it was last. So yeah, I just counted from top to bottom, and I excluded the one person, so it was 13. It would have been 14. But that was pretty much it. So that's how I got the list. So either way,
so congratulations to Yadi, and you're gonna reach out to her directly through a DM, right? And for her information.
Yeah, she should have been listening.
I would have hoped.
She should have been listening.
Hopefully, she subscribes after this too.
But either way, congratulations on the HomePod Mini. I hope you like it. It's actually a pretty cool device. I have too many speakers, around, like the stereo here, stereo there. Is too many.
Stereo everywhere.
Yeah, I know,
yep.
Right? So I don't really need that. But either way, congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. And to everyone else who's on live and those who will be listening, on the podcast, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're available on those platforms. Generally, the day after we go live or 2 days after, I'll put it up there, and that's pretty much it. So if you're not following us right now, please do.
Come on now.
You can follow us on Instagram. It's
been a year.
Good Talks _NYC for Instagram. Go to our website, goodtalksnyc.com. And
real quick shout out for all the live chatters.
Yeah, for all the ones who joined us this evening. We really appreciate it. It's been a while. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
We'll be back next week.
No, in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll be back every 2 weeks, every other Sunday, with more stuff. And actually, you know what? We're gonna be, pushing out more content. Like movie reviews.
Oh, or our podcast.
Yeah, our podcast.
Thank you.
Movie or movie talk, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
We're pushing out the movie reviews. Again, Netflix and all these other platforms are giving us some good movies from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Well, that's our next podcast.
So yeah, that's what
I was gonna say. We just saw a good one.
So anything from movies to music to whatever the case may be, even stuff like this, which is about last week. That's what's gonna be coming up. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel. You can do so below. As you see, we'll post our link on our website as well as Instagram. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, so the date of our next podcast would be, or rather our YouTube live, would be Sunday, March 7th at 7 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Be there.
Good talks.